Things are going to escalate pretty quickly as we head through this evening and tonight. The heaviest rain falls during the day tomorrow. That's when our flood potential will be the highest. It's still not as bad as some of the atmospheric rivers we'd had the past couple of years, but it's still going to be something you'll have to keep in mind as you're heading out the door tomorrow morning. Allow some extra time for that morning commute. Here's the big picture perspective. The picture from space shows that plume of cloud cover reaching way out over the Pacific. That is our atmospheric river that has been hanging out since late last week. So it's been kind of sending pulses of moisture towards us, but this is still the same atmospheric river. Now we're getting ready for that second peak of moisture that's going to happen over the next 24 hours or so. Let's switch over to the local map and we'll take a look at what the radar looks like at the moment first. And that is showing the heaviest rain falling in the North Bay. In fact, the only rain falling in the North Bay right now. That's going to change as we head through the rest of this evening. So this is the current view with the heavier downpours indicated in yellow right around Santa Rosa and extending through much of Sonoma County. Not quite to where Alex was driving around in Napa County just yet, but this is going to move farther and farther to the south as we head through the rest of tonight. So let's look at Futurecast. This first animation takes us through 4 o'clock tomorrow morning as the rain is going to become more widespread and progressively heavier. Even in spots that have missed out on the bulk of the rainfall so far, looking at you, San Jose, you are going to get some rain as we head through tonight into early tomorrow morning. Now, it looks like this is starting to taper off even before the sun comes up tomorrow, but another surge of moisture is going to be heading in as we head from 4 o'clock tomorrow morning through 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. In fact, some of the heaviest rain is going to be between 10 o'clock and about 6 o'clock tomorrow. So we're going to be seeing that next surge of moisture. You can see all the yellow indicating the moderate to heavy rainfall rates moving in by a late morning just after rush hour, but it speeds up just a little bit. That would really make things messy. Let's go from 10 o'clock tomorrow morning through 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and the moderate to heavy rainfall does continue, tapering off every once in a while. So hopefully that will let us avoid any widespread flooding issues. But you see the little line showing up here in the radar simulation, just kind of tracing it with my feet now. This is that narrow cold frontal rain band that we associate with these types of systems that have the heaviest downpours and the strongest winds as they move through, and the wind energy is something else we have to continue to track. From 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon through midnight, that heaviest rain starts to move out. We'll taper things off to a few off and on showers, and it does look like we are going to see mostly dry weather in the forecast for Wednesday. Mostly dry weather. We're still under flood watch through the entire Bay Area throughout the day tomorrow. This isn't a flash flood watch. That's a worse category. Flood watch means that localized flooding, flood prone areas should really be on the lookout for any high water concerns. All things that we have to monitor as we head through the course of the next about 24 hours or so, maybe a little bit more than that. Let's take a look at the amount of rain that we expect with that flood watch in effect. As you can imagine, the amounts are going to be pretty substantial, especially for the North Bay. This is on top of what has already fallen, so anywhere from 1.5 inches to almost 3 inches of additional rainfall. But again, you've picked up over 3 inches of rain already in Santa Rosa. So another 1.5 inches of rain on top of that is enough to lead to at least some localized flooding issues. For the southern half of the Bay Area, it's not going to be quite as impressive, but still, forecast models, and this data is never perfect, but it's trying to squeeze out over 1.5 inches of rain in San Jose. Even half that much would make a difference in terms of trying to erase the rainfall deficit we've been running to this point in the season. And of course, quite a bit more rain in the Santa Cruz Mountains, several inches around Ben Lomond. And the wind energy this time is going to be a bit more noticeable. Wind advisory along the coast. These are the hour-by-hour gusts from 10 o'clock tonight through 4 o'clock on Wednesday morning. You can see the panels that are kind of shaded in orange and red indicating the stronger gusts. They're going to max out close to 50 miles an hour along the coast to Half Moon Bay, but it's going to be a breezy night and Tuesday across the entire Bay Area. As we head through the rest of tonight, be prepared for the possibility of some sporadic power outages, and do not be traveling to the Sierra. US 50 and I-80 are going to be very sloppy. We're talking about 1 to 3 feet of total snowfall. Some of the peaks up to 4 feet of total snow, and winds are going to be gusting up to 70 miles an hour. And there's another system later on this week that's going to be sending rain into the Bay Area and even more snow into the Sierra. So let's take a look at the 7-day forecast, which does include that one dry day that's in store for us on Wednesday. It's not going to be dramatically warmer, just a couple degrees, but we are going to be seeing the next wave of rain already moving in Thursday, and then a longer stretch of dry weather as we head into the second weekend in February. I don't think we're going to see a long stretch of dry weather like we had in January, but just a few days, and nice to have a dry weekend after what we just had the past couple of days. Brian?
All right, thanks, Paul.